Ross in the back. Little collection update here because my stack is currently getting a little out of hand and got to make some headway. Playing in the background, kind of low. This is Less Life with Today Will Be Ours. New Jersey hardcore, really vicious, really nasty. 7 tracks, single side LP. Came out, I don't remember when it came out. 2011 maybe. Really fucking good. Really great band. I don't think they're still around. But really dope. The reason it's playing low is just to be safe, because my last video I got a notification that music was played that is copywritten. I know exactly what it was. It was written off because the music is currently on YouTube, but I didn't see a reason to fuck around with it. Anyway, I'm going to jump into this because I still have somewhat of a cough. It's been a rough week. I've had back issues, just been crazy busy. And yeah, so let's fire this thing off. It's going to be a somewhat emotional tinged collection update. 5 LPs as usual. Starting off with this one right here. This is Touche Amore with their 2016 album, Stage 4. I got this in weeks ago, and I've just been so behind on trying to do collection update videos. But finally getting around to it. Like I said, this came out in 2016. This is my favorite Touche Amore album. It is a fucking emotional ride. The entire album is about vocalist Jeremy Boehm's mother passing away, suffering from cancer, and ultimately losing her life to it in 2014. It's fucking heartbreaking. I'm not gonna lie, I cried the first time sitting down, actually reading the lyrics while listening to it. Although it did top my year-end list in the 2016, it really fucking hit me when I finally sat down holding the record in my hand. Where's the... I made the call and stared at my feet. She passed away an hour ago while you were on stage living the dream. You died at 69 with a body full of cancer. I asked your God, how could you? But I never heard an answer. I'm not sure what I believe, but I think that's understood. But I know she's looking out for me the way she said she would. This whole fucking album just is gut-wrenching. It's beautiful. It's just heartbreaking album. Like I said, my favorite Touche Amore album, their best in my opinion. I've loved everything this band's done, but man, I'm sure most of you know Touche Amore at this point. I don't really need to go into a lot about them, but yeah, if you've been sleeping on this album or this band, don't. Next up, we're going to jump back to the late 90s with the sophomore album from Deftones. This is Around the Fur. I showed off the CD a while back. I'm not going to try to find it right now. Because I finally re-picked it up after not having it for a couple years. And then sometime in early January, this popped up on Amazon for like $9, so I couldn't. I had to buy it. Just had to. One of my favorite Deftones albums. Gets a lot of shit nowadays. I don't think it's as nu metal as Adrenaline. A lot of people will argue with me about that. It's still got some of those elements, but it seems like the song structure is different on this than on Adrenaline. And I much prefer what they're doing on like Diamond Eyes and Koi no Yoken, those albums. But Around the Fire, man, just hits that sweet spot for me. Labia, Lotion, Rickets, Be Quiet and Dry, My Own Summer. The whole thing is just fucking amazing. I've had a lot of fun with this album since high school, and I will continue. I feel like I am assaulting her holding it like that. Yeah, I've always been a huge fan of this band and this album, and that hadn't changed in the last 21 years now. Oh God. But yeah, Deftones, Around the Fire. Fantastic album. Yeah. Sorry I'm flying through this so fast, but I don't really need to explain a lot about fucking Deftones, Around the Fire, because you either know it and love it, or you know it and you hate it. I don't need to go into a soliloquy about My Own Summer. You already know it. It's a really fucking good album, and I love it. Sorry. Next up, let's get some post-hardcore, screamo, where the fuck you want to call it up in here. Jump back to 2004. This is from First to Last with Dear Diary, My Teen Angst Has a Body Count. This is another one that popped up in my on Amazon for like $8-9 one day. So why not? This is a 2016 repress, I believe. I think it's 2016. Might have been a 2017 repress. Might have came out last year. But regardless, I remember listening to this album relentlessly in the mid-2000s. This album and Atreyu's Suicide Notes and Butterfly Kisses were two of my go-to albums back then. Alexis on Fire's self-titled also. But yeah. Note to Self, Emily, Ride the Wings of Pestilence is a fucking banger. Featuring some of your favorite words. Man, this is just a touchstone of post-hardcore. After this album, they put an album called Heroin. And during the cycle for that album, or shortly after, vocalist Sonny Moore left. Later in life, he would become the EDM dubstep star known as Skrillex. I recently had to break that to somebody, which was weird. I thought it was common knowledge, but he was pretty shocked about it. Nice printer sheet here. All your lyrics on this side and credits. Records just on black. All these records have just been on black. That's why I haven't really been going into great detail with them. But yeah. Yeah, I think it's in a 2017 repress. But I had to pick one up just because it's something I needed in my life. And it did come with a CD, so I've been jamming in my car as well as here on the turntable. Always a fun listen. Always a good time. Alright, let's jump into a 2017 release, shall we? Also, probably some of my... 2017. It is currently 2018. And that's when this release came out. Sorry. My bad. Probably some of my favorite packaging of the year also. This is Swell by Tiny Moving Parts. Just came out not too long ago on Triple Crown Records. Love the artwork. Some of my favorite artwork so far this year. And I'm going to get into all the interesting shit that came with it. But if you don't know Tiny Moving Parts, they are an emo band out of Benson, Minnesota. They are made up of brothers William and Matthew and their cousin Dylan. They're a three-piece. family band, and they do amazing stuff. 2016 they released their album Celebrate, which was a fantastic album that I got into way too late in the game. But yeah, this year they released Swell, and it is just that. It is fucking swell. Very thick sleeve, and it kind of has to be for all the stuff that comes in it. It's nice, thick lyric sheet here. First of all, it also comes with this thick ass booklet featuring a ton of photos. Other guys just being wacky. Really cool. Really awesome to look through while I listen to the record. This is crazy thick. And there's some NSFW stuff in here that I was hoping I wouldn't skip to while showing this video, because that's all I need is another video flag for something stupid. And I don't know what the pressing numbers are or what the other variants are, but mine is on this nice, gorgeous pink, bubblegum pink vinyl. And yeah, I've said it once, I'll say it again, I'll probably say it forever. I, for one, really love the new emo revival that's going on. A lot of these bands are fucking crushing it, and Tiny Moving Parts are definitely one. The World's Beautiful Place is another one. They're just fucking destroying it, and so glad these bands are in my life. One of my favorite albums of the year, without a doubt. Bet money. Alright, I told you we were going to get emotional again. This next album holds a special place to me because the musician behind it is somebody I've come to know somewhat through the internet over the last few years. He is a member of the Instagram vinyl community that I am also a part of, and he is an awesome person, a writer, a painter, musician, activist, an educator of mental health and sexual health and health in general. He is a vinyl enthusiast, and his name is Craig Bideman. I really hope I'm pronouncing your last name properly. I don't know if I've ever actually heard anyone say it. Born and raised in Oregon, moved to Massachusetts, Boston specifically, to further his education, where he is currently living. And his musical project is called Another Musician. And I believe this is his fourth release under this moniker of what has been called acoustic spoken word core. The record just ended. What do I do? I'm going to pause this. I'll be right back. Alright, we're back. Some Ludacris in the background, just so I can finish this video. I don't even remember where the fuck I was. Let's just hop back into it. Another Musician, his fourth overall release. This is one of the most heartbreakingly beautiful things I've ever listened to in my life. The emotion, the overwhelming truth in this album, it's unbelievable. The album is about Craig and him losing his father, Wayne, who passed away in 2015 of lung cancer. And it's, I don't know how to describe the emotions that this album makes me feel. and I can't even put myself into the situations that Craig was in with his family. But this is just it's a phenomenal, gorgeous album, and I loved every moment of it. I've listened to it relentlessly. 4 original tracks and a cover of "Enamor Me" by Pianos Become the Teeth. And being that this is a different genre of music that some people aren't akin to, it's not your average what you would expect a cover of a Pianos Become the Teeth song would sound like. It's very different, but it is gorgeous. Bastard Son, the 3rd track in this album, brings me to tears every single time. You can download the whole album now on Bandcamp, but if you could, I think there's still copies of this left. You definitely need to pick up a vinyl copy. It is a single-sided LP, Coke bottle clear, which is one of my favorite colors, and it has this beautiful screen printed B-side. It's just, presentation is amazing. The music is unbelievable. It's one of my favorite things I've heard in a long time. And I'm ashamed that it took me this long to get a copy of this. Also comes with this nice zine with stories and lyrics and art. Really cool. But yeah, emotional roller coaster of an album, 100%. I have, like I said, listened to it nonstop since I got it. I got it from Craig himself. I'm gonna link his Instagram in the description box because he's a phenomenal follow. First of all, his vinyl collection is unbelievable. He's an awesome person, and he also does mystery boxes where he sells chunks of his vinyl collection off for a fantastic price. And I ordered one of those recently, and I got a copy of his LP. Thank you again. But yeah, this album makes me feel things that I haven't felt in a long time listening to an album other than Touche Amore Stage 4. Both of those albums hit me in a deep emotional pocket that I didn't know was there. And thank you, Craig, for being so honest in this music and putting this out. There will be links for all this stuff in the description box. I'm going to get out of here. As always, thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for supporting me over this last year and change. I've been Ross. It's been On the Record. Thanks. Peace.